Hi there everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Welcome to my channel. If you've been drawn to this reading, hopefully there is something here that I'll be able to tap into when it comes to your situation. I'll be pulling from 3 of my decks here, the Scenarios deck, Infernos and ICICLES Romance Oracle, and I'll clarify everything with my Luna Tarot. So let's go ahead and take a look at your situation and see what the energies are. So let's get started. Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. What is it that you need to know at this point in time when it comes to the individual that you're focused on for this reading? Let's take a look and see what this energy looks like. It could be for those of you who are in separation or going through some challenges at this point. We have the Masquerade card coming through. This particular deck, it has upright and reversed interpretations, just like a tarot deck. It's in the upright, so it does indicate somebody who is untrustworthy. They could be promiscuous, and it does say the Great Pretender. This might make sense to you if this is your situation. So let's grab another and see what else needs to come through for Earth signs. So somebody wasn't being forthcoming with you. Maybe they kept things from you, and as it says, they could have been pretending to be one way and another way with somebody else. Let's see. For Earth signs. All right, so this particular one coming up in the reverse. So this is the Vulnerable card. Self-care and self-love, healed and ready for love. Heart is open to love, releasing one's fears. And hopefully, if you have experienced a relationship where somebody hurt you, you couldn't trust them, and maybe at one point in time you did, and they did something here to ruin that trust. They could have had other people in the picture. They could have outright cheated. So there could have been infidelity in your relationship. And so that could have resulted in you really just clamming up and going into hermit mode, which is very much like a Virgo energy. But I really do feel if this is your story and I'm tapped into it, maybe at this point you've focused on your own healing and you're just ready for something new, a new chapter in your love life, a heart that has healed, and, just really opening yourself up to what's next. Let's grab one more card here. All right, look at this. We have the text card. It is in the upright. So it says, I love you. I'm sorry I hurt you. Please forgive me. I want to try again. Let's not give up on us. Isn't that interesting? And it really could come down to timing, just when you are at a point where you're ready for love, where you're ready to move on, where you've focused on your healing, as I mentioned, and you've been able to work really hard to overcome the difficulties of this experience. And all of a sudden there might be communication that comes in from this person that hurt you, telling you that they acknowledge their mistakes, that they love you, that they apologize. Let's not give up. Okay. But where are you on this journey? Are you able to forgive? Would you give this person your time of day? Or are you really done? Now, I find it so interesting that this is the next card. We have the Bachelor. So this could be a masculine who might have hurt you, Divine Feminine, especially if they were promiscuous. They could have been a smooth talker. They could have been the type of person to tell you that they love you, that they'll do anything for you, that they'll always be there for you. But what might have happened is that they were saying that to you and somebody else. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. Let's see what else we can find out. Actually, before I grab some tarot, let's add to this. So it seems the way it's coming through here anyway, it's a divine masculine. We have upright, single man, unattached, uncommitted, so they weren't really willing to commit or give their all or plant their flag in this relationship. All right, let's grab some additional insight here for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So if you happen to be Divine Feminine and this happened to you, maybe when I'm just feeling tower, tower moment. And it took you some time to really heal, to allow your heart to be open to the possibility of what love could be. But we might have a masculine, if they haven't already reached out, I feel they could start off with an apology and that they want you back, that they still love you. All right, this is interesting. We have jump ship. This lover has a tremendous fear of commitment. When things start heating up, they're out. So that makes sense for me, considering we've got the Bachelor card right here. Okay, single man, unattached, uncommitted. So even though you guys had a great connection, this might have even caught this masculine off guard. They weren't ready for whatever it represented at that time. They might have enjoyed your company and you guys had a lot of great times together. But when it came down to talking about taking things to the next level, being exclusive, they weren't ready. Okay, let's see. Give me another card for this connection for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Look at this, hot stuff, too hot to handle. They couldn't handle it at the end of the day. It was so intense that, you know, maybe they were used to just being surface level, excuse me, surface level in their connections. And this came along and it surprised them how much perhaps that they felt for you. They could have pushed their love for you aside, or they might have just pushed it down because they weren't looking for it. And when they realized it, they might have bailed, you know, jump ship, as it says. They wanted to continue to stay single. They wanted to play the field, whatever the case might have been. So, let me get another. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Earth signs. What else do we need to know about this connection? That is way too many cards. Let me try that again. All right, what do we have? Ooh, look at this. All right, she is fire. He is ice, defenseless to the intensity of her presence, leaving him with no choice but to cave into his desire for her. So, you know, again, we might have had a masculine here who wanted to pursue somebody else, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. But there was just something about this connection that was too intense to ignore, you know? So even though initially they just wanted to have fun, to remain single perhaps, you know, just to remain uncommitted, have fun but not commit. And at the end of the day, I feel this is a masculine who has come to these realizations that they made a mistake. All right, so let's clarify with tarot now. Oh boy. All right, well, Divine Feminine, if this is your story, once you realize that you were dealing with a masculine who just wanted to have fun and play, you probably did end the relationship. You probably did cut them out. Look at this. Left out in the cold. So more than likely that is how this masculine has felt. You know, they were promiscuous. They wanted to interact with other people. There could have been third-party situations. So more than likely, Divine Feminine, the way it's coming through here, you probably detached and let go of the connection, even though you might have had a lot of love for your masculine. And once that happened, your masculine had no choice but to see it for what it was and to be able to live life without you, even though they might have been having fun with other people. There was something about your presence that really captured their heart, even though they refused to really feel the love that they had for you fully at that time. And now here they are, still wishing to be a part of your life, wishing that you could still be there, perhaps wishing for a new beginning here. So they've had a change of heart, truly. And this could go one of two ways. You know, either a masculine walked away from the feminine in order to pursue something and someone else, or this is an indication that Divine Feminine, once all of this came to light, you decided to walk away and put yourself first and go in a different direction. And, you know, maybe your masculine wasn't expecting you to be so proactive with that. Might have caught them off guard, like, oh, wait a minute, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting my feminine to stick around, you know, but you weren't having it. You just weren't. All right, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Lover's card. Some of you guys might connect with a Gemini. So this is something that's not quite over. All right, so this may have another chance to come back around, whether you are masculine, whether you are feminine. And if both people can actually get on board and get onto the same wavelength and mindset, this could be a connection that can work through past all of the drama and the challenges that you guys had endured before. So it really does come down to the two of you choosing each other. You both have your own free will, and it has to be mutual in order for this to work. But I do feel that there is the possibility that this can come back around, and it's like that plot twist at the last hour when you don't expect anything to happen. Something could shift and change here, and it could just ultimately fall in your favor. All right, guys, so that is what I have. Hopefully there's something here that lets you know that a relationship that fell apart before might have another chance to resurface. And hopefully you really have done the work on yourself and you know very clearly what it is that you want or would want to do should this come to light. And I'm just feeling really positively that it can work out still. All right, guys, so if you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll link the decks you see here as well. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time.